Hello listeners and welcome back. Today we are going to be discussing 10 family fun movie recommendations. All the movie recommendations in this video will be for movies released in 2020 to 2023. They are not in any particular order, from 10 being the worst or first being the best. These are simply just 10 fun family movie recs to enjoy. Starting off at number 10 on our list, we have Something from Tiffany's. This was released in November of 2020, starring Zoe Deschanel and Kendrick Sampson. The movie follows two boyfriends getting a gift for their girlfriends from Tiffany's, only for one of them to be hit by a car as he makes his way outside the store. This causes the two gifts to get mixed up and swapped. Come the morning of exchanging gifts, Rachel, Zoe's character, finds herself getting engaged, whereas Ethan, Kendrick's character, finds his girlfriend opening up a box of earrings instead of an engagement ring, leaving both of the boys in a very unfamiliar predicament. However, out of the magic of Christmas, Ethan then finds himself face to face with his engagement ring on the hands of another girl. Wanting to know how she ended up with the ring, Ethan strikes up a conversation with Rachel, and it ends up going quite well. With the two hanging out and getting to know each other, Rachel's feelings are conflicted on how she feels for her new fiancé and wonders if he was ever meant to propose in the first place. While Ethan is stuck with all these conflicting feelings about how he feels and whether or not he still wants to propose to his girlfriend, all the while trying to figure out the best way to tell Rachel how she's wearing an engagement ring that was never meant for her. Overall, Something from Tiffany's was a fun family Christmas romance that touched on some deeper topics like dishonesty and trust within relationships, all while still keeping it light and breezy, all tied up together nicely in a Christmas bow. Coming in at number 9, sticking to the Christmas magic, we have Family Switch. The Family Switch includes Jennifer Garner as the mum, Emma Myers as the daughter, Brad Noon as the son, and Ed Helms as the dad. Family Switch follows a family trying to navigate the chaos of life through the Christmas season. To make matters worse, the family is thrown into a Freaky Friday situation with all of their bodies being switched with one another. The mum switches with the daughter, the dad switches with the son, and the baby switches with the dog. We watch the family try to play out their day as normal as possible while being stuck in each other's bodies. Some of these crazy adventures will include the daughter posing as her mum for a work meeting so her mum doesn't miss the chances of a promotion, and the dad trying to pose as his smart, sophisticated son for his college interview. The family endures hilarious journeys and crazy obstacles, all the while trying to find a way to get themselves back to normal. Due to their crazy adventures and experiences that they endured, the family end up finding new things about each other that they didn't know before and bonding together on a deeper level, making this the perfect fun family Christmas movie. At number 8, we have The Hating Game, starring Lucy Hale and Austin Powell. The Hating Game follows two co-workers, Lucy and Josh, who are forced to work together when their publishing companies merge, with the two immediately getting off on the wrong foot with one another. Their hatred turns into full-on rivalry when they are both face-to-face with the same promotion. Both of them still realizing that they would rather quit than work under one another. That is exactly what they do. The two make a deal deciding that whoever does not get the job has to quit. The two continue to hate each other while working on their respective campaign as the promotion day slowly approaches. However, with each day getting closer to the promotion, they both find themselves not hating on the other as much as they used to. As a matter of fact, they find themselves getting along and even offering favors for one another, getting the two of them to question, is this hatred or was it love all along? Alright, coming in at number 7, we have HOLIDATE. HOLIDATE is a comedy romance that was released in October of 2020, starring Emma Roberts and Luke Bracey. Salome, played by Emma Roberts, hates the holidays due to the consistent judgment she receives about being single. This holiday is the worst of all, however, as she has just broken up with her boyfriend and her younger brother has just gotten engaged, leaving her the last member of the family without a partner. After Christmas, when returning to exchange a present, Sloane runs into Jackson, played by Luke Bracey, who has just come from his own Christmas mayhem where he had to spend the holidays with a girl he is not interested in and her family. The two strike up a conversation and realize not only do they both hate the pressures of finding a date on the holiday, but they also realize that it never seems to work out well for the both of them. This is where the two come up with the pact to be each other's holidates, where the two would agree to meet up on special holidays such as New Year's Eve and Valentine's Days and pretend to be each other's dates for those events with no further contact in between. The two find themselves in many crazy adventures together, with the chaos of meeting each other's families, making exes jealous, or maybe even losing a finger or two. So will Sloane and Jackson continue to be each other's holidates for the years to come, or will their friendship blossom into something more? Overall, Holiday is a really good romantic comedy for the whole family, making it a top choice when it comes to the holiday seasons, or just a good watch in general for a fun, relaxing night in. Next at number 6, we have Me Time, starring Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg, released in August of 2022. We follow Kevin Hart as Sony, as a stay-at-home dad that has spent the last few years focusing all of his energy on his family. Now he finds himself home alone with his wife and kids gone for a few days. He tries to entertain himself for a while, but soon finds himself getting bored. This is where he decides to contact his childhood friend Huck, played by Mark Wahlberg. Huck is having his weekend birthday bash and convinces Sony to come along. Me Time is just chock full of fun, funny, crazy moments and adventures between the two. We see them get up to some pretty crazy and wild things, like jumping out of aeroplanes, fighting mountain lions. So it's all around just a crazy, fun adventure. Now coming in at number 5, we have Tickets to Paradise, that was released in September of 2022, starring Julia Roberts and George Clooney. The two play ex-husband and wife as they race off to Bali to sabotage their daughter's wedding, who has spontaneously decided to get married to a seaweed farmer. However, the more time they seem to be spending together, the more the old feelings seem to rekindle. Tickets to Paradise is a good, light-hearted comedy romance. If it doesn't keep you entertained with their crazy sabotage schemes or intense wedding rituals, then you'll definitely be mesmerized by the beautiful scenery the movie takes place in, with its beautiful crystal blue ocean, beaches that seem like they go on forever, and endless luscious green mountains. Coming in at number 4, we have Work It, a comedy musical starring Sabrina Carpenter. She plays an awkward 18-year-old girl who does nothing but work hard and achieve perfection. When Quinn's college admissions don't go as planned, they suggest that she does something new and exciting to spruce up her application. Out of panic, Quinn says that she is part of a dance team. Now having to compete in a dance competition, Quinn forms her own group of dancers to compete. Now the only thing left to do is for Quinn to learn how to dance. Work It was a good, fresh, fun watch delivered to us by Netflix. It included other prominent stars like Jordan Fisher and Liza Koshy. Overall, Work It is a fun, funny, good family watch with good music and fun, enjoyable dance sequences. Now coming in at number 3, we have Anyone But You, a romantic comedy released in December of 2023, starring Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. The movie follows Sydney Sweeney as Bean, who meets Glenn Powell's Ben at a coffee shop. The two share a romantic meet-cute and spend the afternoon together, which then extends into the night. The next morning, however, there is a bit of miscommunication and it ends on a sour note. A few years later, the two come face to face again at Bean's sister's wedding in the sunny and beautiful Sydney, Australia. In order to keep up appearances and for the sake of the wedding, the two agree to fake date and keep things civil. But still, the two seem to get up to plenty of mischief along the way, between saving Ben from getting bitten by a spider, to my personal favorite for them going full Titanic by not only doing the flying scene but also ending up in the water floating on an inanimate object. Overall, Anyone But You was just a breath of fresh air. It brought back the old classic enemies to lovers rom-com genre and style. It wasn't necessarily anything new and outstanding or exciting. It gave us all the classic ingredients for a typical rom-com. I felt like that is exactly what we needed, especially with all the new remakes coming out. We felt like we all just needed something new yet classic that we knew we could enjoy, and Anyone But You definitely delivered that. And coming in at number 2, we have Palm Springs, a comedy romance released in July of 2020, starring Christine Milioti and Andy Samberg. Palm Springs follows Sarah as she attends her sister's wedding in Palm Springs. The night after the wedding, she wakes up, however, to find the day repeating itself. She is not alone in this, however, as Niall, the guy that she met the night before the wedding, is also stuck in the loop with her, repeating the same day over and over. With nothing left to do, Niles and Sarah continue to spend the same day over and over again together. Eventually, their friendship turns into a bubbling romance, but will them being together be enough, or can they finally find a way to get out of the loop? Palm Springs was a lot more enjoyable than I thought it would be, and it took a interesting and new spin on the whole Groundhog Day concept. It keeps you entertained with all their wacky adventures and fun dynamic, all the while having an interesting twist and mystery element lurking in the background. Palm Springs was a surprisingly fun and good time, and hopefully if you give it a chance, it will surprise you as well. Finally, at number 1, we have the final installment of the American Pie, Girls Rules. It is a teen comedy released in October of 2020. Girls Rules follows Annie, played by Madison Petz, and her best friends at the start of their senior year. The girls make a pact with one another that they are each going to go after exactly what they want that year. Enter Grant, played by Darian Burnett, the hot new guy at school. One by one, the girls meet Grant and each have their own interactions with him. Without realizing it, all of the girls decide that Grant is the one thing they all want this year. Girls Rules ended up being a really surprisingly good time for the final American Pie installment. For someone that has been there through each and every one of the American Pie movies, I was definitely interested hearing about this one, as it followed a group of girls instead of a group of boys like majority of the other films did. This one definitely kept more to the tame side compared to some of the other American Pie movies, but don't get too discouraged, as it sure kept up to the American Pie themes with a lot of cringeworthy moments, and completely surprised us with a female Stifler, who Lizzie Broadway absolutely knocked out of the park playing as Stephanie Stifler. It ended up being a really entertaining film with a fresh new take, all the while still keeping to the classic American Pie style. That is all the recommendations I have for you. Let me know if you want more recommendation videos like this. What recommendations from this list did you like or maybe didn't like? And what are some movies you reckon I should have included? Also, let me know if you want a more in-depth review on any of the movies I have mentioned. That is all for this episode. As always, everything we discussed will be linked below along with my socials. Please be sure to like, subscribe and follow. Feel free to leave all your thoughts and comments below. Thanks for listening.